What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Not For Nothing podcast, episode 4. I am Dane. He is just Jew,
aka Panthera Leo. Say the whole thing.
Oh Lord!
What's up, y'all? I'm gonna give you a new AKA. We're gonna call Dame Big Dick Dame with that big snow dick mic he got in front of him.
Hey, yo. Why?
Dame with the phallic mic.
Oh my God.
I don't even.
Sorry, I'm not trying to start this off this way. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. It was premeditated.
I'm lost, bro.
Yeah, with that big thing, I'd be lost too.
Jesus Christ. Damn. Anyway, yo, welcome to the podcast. Share, subscribe. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. Shit, own that shit. Big Dick Dave. Own it.
Hey, Dame, grab that. I want to see you grip it.
Out.
Lord.
Cut it out.
What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody?
Stop and delete.
Oh my God, I'm tearing.
What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know. Plenty of things.
Your mic.
Anyway, it's still March. Agnes, you still celebrating?
Yes, we are. And you know what else we celebrating? Hey, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. What happened to my music, bro? You can't stop it. We repping. Yes. Talk my shit. Let me talk my shit.
All right.
We undefeated right now. Así mismo, coño. Para que sepan quién son nosotros, coñazo. Puerto Rico right behind us at 3-1. But we undefeated. We won Venezuela last night. We eliminated Israel off the fucking tournament. We're going to stop it. I'm so proud of us right now. It's not even funny. So I'm going to rep the rest of the month. I mean, I rep already.
Went 4-0, right? On to the semifinals.
We splashing in sports, man.
Yes. You know, I had to start off the segment with repping DR hard. DR's on the map. We're doing big things. And I'm proud of us. Coño.
Things doing big things too.
Ay, Dios mío. Tú vas a seguir, coño. Hold on. I got to get my flag fell on the floor. We can't have that. Give me a second.
Yo, you gotta cut it out, bro.
Wait, me?
Yes, you.
Oh man,
out of control.
Yo, you know
just
a
little bit.
This is gonna sound worse, and I'm not. Just no pun intended, but it's a little hard to work with someone who's kind of uptight, you know. So I'm trying to be fun here, man. It's a joke. It's just jokes, bro.
He just started his drink. Give him a minute.
Yeah, he got to loosen up a little bit.
Two drinks in, he's gonna laugh at everything.
Yo, we were just talking. Like, we just talked about this. Like, your poetry is out of control.
I can't help myself, man.
You know,
yeah. We need to make you a shirt that just says pause. Matter of fact, just the pause symbol on a shirt. It's got to happen.
You know what? It's not a bad idea.
Yes.
It's all love. It's all love.
You get a shirt that says pause, and I'll get a shirt that says,
hey, yo.
Shit was mad delayed. But yes.
And I just get an emoji laughing. That's it. I'm gonna just sit and watch y'all. Anyway, vamos a empezar.
Let's go.
Now we get that out the way.
All right.
Real quick. I got a shout out to some of my peeps who reached out to me on the last episode of the podcast. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Engaged in the comment section. Please keep it coming. Really excited to see the engagement, and just some of your feedback has been amazing. Special shout out to Juana and to Erica.
Word. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And Latina and Lola and everyone else and Matt
and Patricia and Lou.
Patricia,
Nicole, big ups.
So
Nicole,
appreciate all the love. Really appreciate all the love.
Dog, Nicole.
Word. All right. Well, let's get to it. What are we doing? We got Plantano Power.
I mean, we could put a merengue. I could dance a merengue real quick for y'all. I mean, we can still rep DR. It's up to y'all. Don't get me started because I'm hyped right now.
I think that would be a different kind of show.
Another one. Yo soy dominicano. Okay, I'm done. I'm hyped. I'm so proud of us. Can you tell?
Well, yes. But you are always repping, so there's nothing new for me. They could have went 0-4, yes, but still been waiting. So it's all good.
They could have lost one. I still would be hyped. Listen, but we undefeated. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So keeping it with sports, Miami Heat Bam Adebayo goes for 83 points. Puts his name in the record books. But does an asterisk go next to it? This was weird, bro. I don't know how. Listen, I'll say this. No Bam slander. Bam is a phenomenal basketball player. When there was rumors about them trading him to the Knicks, I was all about it. I'll say scoring 83 points, however it happens, is a feat. Like, if you was to put a middle school kid on me playing basketball, scoring 83 points is still going to be a fucking challenge. Like, no matter how you frame it, 83 points is a feat. But
you've seen with those middle school kids how they play now and how big they are.
Yeah. But
maybe more like kindergarten for you.
So what's the but? What's the but about?
So normally when these type of games happen, all right, for a little backstory, Agnes, the most points ever scored by an individual player in the NBA was 100. That was done back in the 60s, I think.
Will Chamberlain.
Then Kobe Bryant, in his last game of his career after 20 years of playing, scored 81 points. That was the second most highest score points by an individual player in the game. And there are several of the games, people have scored 60 something, 70 something. Like, it's crazy. It's unheard of.
Kobe's last game, he scored 60, not 80.
Oh, it wasn't the last game, the 81?
Wasn't the last game. His last game was 60, which is still
still crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I got them mixed up in my brain, because even 60 is going on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his last season though, right? The 81.
The 81 was in 2006, so no.
Oh shit! I got it all fucked up. Anyway,
still 81 points in the game.
So last night, Bam scores 83, but it wasn't like, usually when these games happen, the players are just like hot, like they can't miss, just like everything's going in. They could throw it like with the eyes closed and it's just going in, like high shooting percentages. This wasn't quite like that. He had a lot of assists. So he scored like 31 in the first quarter, which is crazy. I think he had like 60 something by the third quarter. So then his team, meanwhile, they're blowing the other team out. Like they're up by like 30 or 40 points. There's really even no reason for him to be playing a game at this point. He should be on the bench.
Usually by that time, if there's like a big lead, they sit on the bench. But what's happening is that they were intending to feeding him the ball, encouraging him to shoot. He also had a bunch of free throws. He had 43 free throws. So he had 36.
I mean, but what's wrong? What's wrong with them helping him out?
Because
that's not.
It takes away from.
It's not.
So what was the reason? So you feel like they purposely wanted him to make these points?
It was a system.
Better him.
It wasn't like he was just going off crazy. He was having a great game, but his team was intentionally fouling the other team to stop the clock, so he had more time to score more points. It was like,
wow.
Yeah. It's like a form of stat padding because a lot of people would argue there's not as much competition in the league as there used to be, which I couldn't imagine this thing being a thing even just 10 years ago, where they're just going to allow, anybody to score like that. They would have definitely stopped him.
Why would they want him specifically to be the one to score?
It's just because he started off hot and that was it. I don't think this was planned or anything like that. I don't have an issue with it other than the fact that I think I'm more of a purist when it comes to what I want to see in my competition. I guess I can give you the best analogy would be if you saw a boxing match and there was like maybe somebody is kind of throwing the fight, and it kind of looked like Washington, even though they're kind of a crappy team, that they really didn't put up a fight either to put a stop to that. So, I think their record is 16-48. They were 15-47, during that game. So they're a bad team. So it was a perfect storm, and shout out to Bam. He's a great player, but I don't count that. Like, I mean, obviously you got to count it. It's in the record books, but I'm not impressed by it.
Okay, I see. I feel you. So if it was that he was going against a way better team and he wasn't being assisted and those points were just all on him, then it would be respected.
I also have an issue with free throws. I can't fathom how any player gets 43 free throws.
That's like the amount a whole team gets.
And sometimes more.
Fucking 43 is wild.
Yeah.
43 is wild.
That's
what's the most free throws you've seen one player have in a game?
Let's put it in perspective.
I can recall.
Let's put it in perspective. Crazy. That same game that we're talking about, the whole entire team of Washington shot 29 free throws and made 23. Bam by himself made 36 out of 43. So Miami had 59 free throw attempts to Washington's 29.
So the whole rest of the team got 16 free throws.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you.
Listen, no matter what, you still got to make that fucking ball go through the hoop. Not easy, no matter what your competition is. But yeah, when the coach is having your teammates foul people to stop the clock and all of this shit's going on to assist it, and he wasn't even he shot like I think like 40-something% from the field. Like he wasn't like super hot. Like usually when these occurrences happen, like it's at a high clip. The shooting, the accuracy is high. They're just unusually high. And they're just going off.
Right.
He started out that way, but he started getting assistance throughout the game. It was just a little weird.
And my thinking is, if you have like a 20-30 point lead, why are your starters still in the game?
That was the other thing too.
I don't like it. It doesn't. It's not a good look for the league. It's not. It's like the same attitude we have when we see the All-Star game. It's like, where's the competition? What's going on here? And when you see stuff like that, my instinct is to celebrate Bam because I think he's one of the highlights of the league. He's a good guy, good player, great player. But you don't want to see that. You just don't want to see that. You want to see, spirit of competition. So wasn't feeling it. Wasn't my thing. What about you, Dame? What do you feel about it other than just?
Like I'm where you're at with it. I'm mixed. I love Bam as an individual, as a man, as a basketball player. I don't think he's even used to his full potential. I think there's so much more talent than what we actually see in a regular game, and what we see is all-star level. But I wish it would have happened more organically.
Exactly.
So yeah, it kind of it's like a diet soda. Like, you know, when you're used to drinking soda and then you convert to like a diet soda, so you get the good taste, but then it just kind of got that little aftertaste in the back of your that's kind of you see how you
saw it, Drew. We already saw it.
Donald Trump that can, bro. That was crazy.
That's how he drinks, right? He's like, that's how little fucking kids drink. Little kids and really old people. Dame, do that with your mic.
Yo.
You just don't. It's just.
Sorry.
Yeah, wait.
No, matter of fact.
Ya guárdalo.
Yeah. Fuck if y'all can hear me or not. Like, it's just.
I can hear you. In fact, you're less echoey actually now that you put it down.
I gotta hold the fucking mic like this. It's crazy.
You really don't. You really don't. Just embrace it, bro. It's.
I'm not embracing it. Yeah. You didn't think I caught that shit, did you? Anyway, more serious matters. Charles Sonny Burton gets clemency.
So let me just start off. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, Charles Sonny Burton in 1991 had gone into a convenience store. Or no, was it what was it? It was it a convenience store? I don't even know. It was an auto, like an auto zone. Yeah. He went in there with 5 other people, and he grabbed some cash out of the register, ran to the getaway car, and one of his accomplices shot and killed a customer. That customer's name was Doug Battle. But the man who actually committed the murder, he was sentenced to death. But then later on, several years later, a circuit court was able to reduce his sentence to life in prison. They stated that his lawyer was rendered ineffective during the penalty phase of his trial. So the actual gunman, even though he wasn't sentenced to death, died in prison in 2020. Charles Sonny Burton, spent over 30 years in prison. He did not shoot the guy. He wasn't even in the store when it happened. And he was sentenced to death. He was supposed to be executed today. Today was his execution day. Yeah, so I was going to cover this, regardless. Well, because he was, an accomplice, and because it was a murder during a robbery. That's what it was. This is in Alabama, so let's just let's keep it a buck, right? Well, the good news is that his sentence got commuted to life in prison. Now, you can argue if that's good or not, because there he is right there. He's already spent over 30 years in prison for a mistake he made when he was younger. I mean, I don't think you should spend the rest of your life in prison. It was reduced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This is a guy who's currently in a wheelchair and wears a padded helmet because he's frequently falling. So that's to protect his head from hitting the ground.
So they're saying it's his fault that the other guy got killed because he brought them to the convenience store to rob him.
Technically, technically, you're in the eyes of the law in some states, that's the equivalent of pulling the trigger.
That's bullshit.
Well,
how old was he when he did?
They used. I don't know how old he was.
I mean, this was over 30 years ago. He's 75 now, so I mean. 40. Yeah, he was late 30s, early 40s at most.
Oh, so he wasn't a kid, but still.
I mean,
charges in the cops. It's not like he actually did the murdering. That's just wild.
It's a law that they implemented. Like the getaway driver would always, get less of a punishment. So they started saying, well, hey, even though you were the getaway driver, you were part of it. It was something they did to get others to roll on the person that pulled the trigger. The laws are always just to get you to point fingers at somebody else. So that's why they do that. You get the same penalty.
If you're black. Yeah.
Right. One of the jurors stated that they made a mistake in, I guess, supporting his execution initially, and said that she made the mistake when she did that, and that he shouldn't have to pay with his life for a mistake that he made when he was younger. So that's why I think if you're ever brought into jury duty and you're in a murder trial, you have to take that stuff seriously. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm young, I made a mistake. Like, it can cost someone their life. It can impact a lot of things. So I'm glad that there's a waking up moment now, but I don't know. Like, would you be celebrating if you're in a wheelchair and you're in that condition? And
I still think the penalty is too harsh. I mean, I think
it's too harsh.
Yeah. They probably didn't go in there planning to shoot anybody, because it's not like they shot, the guy at the register. They shot, a customer. So you don't go in there planning to do that. So he took part in a crime. That murder was not part of the plan. He wasn't inside when it happened. I think he should have paid the price for, the robbery.
For the robbery.
But
that's it.
30 plus years.
That shit is crazy.
So just to add one more fact, the person who commuted his sentence was Governor Kay Ivey. I've seen her a couple of times before. She's a Republican, and yeah, she spared him, I guess.
Did she? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been on time served already and released.
We have way harsher penalties for people like him than we do pedophiles, than we do people who commit sexual violence against minors. Some of them don't even go to jail, and there have been instances and cases that way. So
months on probation.
Yeah. So,
but are they black?
I will say, though, ironically, one of the January 6 people that was
he got his.
Yeah, Trump
pardoned him, and then he got sent to life in prison, and he was crying like a little bitch in court because he got caught with 2 minors, I guess, assaulting 2 minors. One he even tried to bribe.
Wow.
So 7 months after Trump pardoned him, he molested 2 children, 2 minors.
Yeah, I guess he thought he was invincible, right? So, but anyway, that is the story of Charles Sonny Burton, and I'm happy. I'm happy for him and probably his family. Probably a huge relief. You don't see that happen often, especially for Black men. So especially with Republican governors, but something to celebrate.
I mean, you really don't have a choice. If the person that pulled the trigger didn't get that, how do you?
That's what I'm saying.
Different lawyers, different agreements, different
backwards.
It's still,
it's absurd.
The lawyer was a Martian. Like
he's been in death row essentially for what, 20, 30 years now. Yeah, so like, I mean, imagine having that hanging over you. I mean, that's a punishment in itself.
Just thinking like any day now.
Anytime I see like documentaries or see anything, I always put myself in that situation. Like, what would that feel like to be on death row? You know what I'm saying?
Just
like,
want to get it over with already. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is to live with that shit every day?
I would be
every day.
Menace. I would be a menace.
I think I'd be the opposite of a menace.
What do you mean?
I have nothing to lose. You can't punish me any worse than I am. I would be an absolute fucking menace.
I mean, you can. They could put you in a cell, have people beat you up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're gonna put me to death. Like, you can't punish me any worse than that.
I disagree.
To drag out your death sentence and then get tortured every day of your life? Yes, that's worse. At that point, fucking kill me. Shit. Yeah, I'd rather.
Torture is a little wild.
Years and years of being tortured, because that's what they do in prison. They will torture the shit out of you. And they'll have other people torture the shit out of you. And then on top of being on death row, get the fuck out of here. Just kill me. Just get it over with. Fuck out of here. I'm not going to sit here and suffer I'm suffering enough already in prison. I'm just saying, that's me. I don't know about being a menace. I think I'll be on my best behavior.
That's what I was saying. I think I would definitely be turning over a new leaf if
man. Shit. What the fucking call me Pastor Agnes. I'll start fucking preaching like a motherfucker in that bitch.
I don't know. I think if
you said what? Listen. What? No, I'm shanking everybody every day. I'm being solitary confinement.
Damn, that's probably what would have got you in there to begin with.
That part.
Whatever. I swear to anyway.
I mean, if you said if I was put on death row, but I was completely innocent, that would make more sense. But if you were a son of a bitch before that, and you just said, fuck it, I'm just going to be worse.
No, see, I look at it the other way. I see it the exact opposite. Like if I was truly innocent and I was on death row, then I would think I got a shot to get out of here still till the last day.
Okay.
That would be the opposite for me. But if I did that,
but would you still be a menace?
No. If I did that shit and I got the death penalty,
Dane would be like, yeah, son, I'm living up to this shit, son.
Just don't leave.
You'll have a whole fucking posse. You have to listen. You're gonna have your girlfriends too in there.
Bunch of troublemakers. He don't need girlfriends in prison.
See y'all. What'd you say?
He said you don't need girlfriends in prison.
Bruh.
No comment.
What was that, Dane? Dane was like,
it didn't come out.
Yeah,
it was a lie. It was a lie he wanted to say, and he couldn't put it together in the sentence, so he just said, "Fuck it."
Dane was like, "Yo, Jew, you're gonna be the first person I shank in that prison."
Visitations. All that shit you said, nigga.
I can see Damon walking into my cell with that big old mic. You laughing now, motherfucker? You laughing now, son?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, you're so
now tuned in to phallic.
Put that shit over his shoulder, holding the wire. You talking now, Jew?
Big Dick Day.
Let me show you what's up.
Yo, I can't.
Are we finished or are we done?
Damn, son.
We finished.
Jesus
Listen,
yo,
I got me fucking
Agnes,
tearing over here.
Agnes, I love you for that one.
Man. He's hating me right now.
I don't even sip tea.
Cheers.
Name's gonna be like,
yo, what's wrong with you?
No, I'm talking about your drinking, bro. Like drinking. Like, never mind, bro. Never mind. Moving on.
Ay, yo no puedo.
It's like Charles Barkley where he's talking about the churros.
Yeah, you're like Charles Barkley. Like you say the wildest shit. Facts. Anyway, I mean, like, where the fuck do we go from here? Here, take it away.
Oh, okay. I'm up next. I was not ready for this one. Okay, so Kash Patel, I guess the FBI stooge that we have right now, he's bringing in some MMA fighters to train FBI agents. Now, a couple of facts here. He said that this is going to be a historic opportunity. Kash Patel has never served in the FBI, but somehow, he got that job running it. And he happens to be a huge MMA fan. This will be the first time that FBI ever brings in trained mixed martial arts person or people to train them. There is a guy.
Really
it's true. It's happening Saturday and Sunday. There's a former FBI agent, Chip Massey, said, while the job of a UFC fighter is to take down an opponent, FBI agents are trained to gauge a situation and use minimum amount of force to subdue a person that's no longer a threat to the agents or to themselves. Part of the nuance of the job is talking to a person so things don't get out of hand. What the UFC does is a gladiator style spectacle, bare knuckle brawling. That's not how we train. So that's the quote from a former FBI agent. Some people are saying that this is a great thing. I think it's absurd.
So who taught self-defense? What kind of self-defense was taught
that's
before?
What I'm saying.
It's grappling.
Because
they're going to teach them. Go ahead.
I mean, they taught to fight. You gotta know how to fight.
I'm sure they're trained in hand-to-hand combat and takedowns and all of this.
They
are.
It
sounds weird.
So what is it that who's training them?
What's different about this?
Just self-defense. Self-defense can consist of all kinds of fighting.
It's a spectacle. It's a complete spectacle. And if they're gonna try to train FBI agents and tell them, hey, this is how you want to choke out, someone, or how you want to, bust their arm or whatever. That's really not how the FBI, as I understand it, I'm not an expert, but they're not really trained to fight like an MMA fighter. The whole point is to avoid the physical contact.
I think they are. I'm talking about field agents specifically.
No. I'm saying they're about efficiency and they are about holding people. They're not there trying to roll on the ground, and ground and pound. Like that's not what they do. Like usually they're not alone. Usually they have a weapon. Usually it's different. It's different.
I mean, they're trained to take down people.
Not like MMA fighters.
Not to the degree of what MMA.
Yeah, not to the degree, but I mean, there's a lot of wrestling.
You think this is a good idea, or like, what are you saying?
I just don't think it's really. I don't think it's any. I think it's just this is just theater.
Clout. I think it's clout.
Yeah,
I think it's just some shit just to talk about because I feel like they have self-defense classes anyway.
Yeah, I feel like I can confidently say that a lot of these tactics the field agents are trained for. Already.
Agree.
I guess what they should do next is bring in some Hollywood actors so they can look fancy shooting their guns when they're apprehending suspects, maybe make them look more like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. It's silly. It's silly as hell.
This shit is like.
I feel like it's just a way to have a headline because they could do the same in next month and say they're going to bring fucking Jackie Chan to train martial arts to FBI agents.
They're supposed to.
I mean,
if I was an FBI UFC fight at the
White House.
So this is probably just a build up to that shit.
And Jake Paul recently was on stage with Donald Trump again. Like piece of shit. I'm sad that his jaw is working enough for him to talk, but yeah. Moving on. Shout out to Anthony Joshua.
And rest in peace to your people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the Rhianna. Yes. What the hell? You know that I follow this. What's her name? Liz Ortiz.
Ivana
Ivana. So this chick is from Florida.
She's from Orlando.
I'm looking at her. She's really pretty. She won pageants. And I don't know when she went batshit crazy, but she went batshit crazy.
Yeah.
She was legit posting videos talking like she's a watchman. She's a watchman. Rhianna is a witch. Cardi B, Kim Kardashian, and they are like purposely targeting her and using the devil to fuck with her. Like she was. Yo, mental illness is a serious fucking.
I was a snake before you took me in.
Yeah, I didn't want to play the video because it was just so crazy.
I mean, right here she don't look that pretty, but she's a real pretty girl. Like, and she's young, but she had her kid taken away. People knew that something was wrong with her early on. She even went to say that there's a store. There's a
wait. So for those who don't know, what did she do?
So
she go ahead.
She
go ahead, Damien.
Drove from Orlando, Florida, across the country
to California,
to Beverly Hills, California,
with an AK, right? Or AR-15. What was it?
Something similar, that style of weapon. She drove across the state and shot up Rhianna's house while Rhianna, her husband ASAP Rocky, and their children were all home.
Like 10 times, right? It was like 10, some crazy shit.
Something crazy.
But she had it for Rhianna hard, though. Like, she couldn't even go. So I was trying to tell you earlier, there's a store called Ulta. It's a girl store. It's a makeup store. They sell all kinds of shit. And Rhianna has her brand, Fenty. So they have pictures of her. And she's, like, making videos saying, I can't go to Ulta because the devil's testing me so that Rhianna can torture me while I'm in the store and harass me.
Didn't she sue them or something like that?
Huh?
Didn't she sue Ulta or something like that?
No, she says that she bought stocks. I don't know if she went on to say that she bought stocks, so now she can go in there and try to like overcome.
She took their power away because
her
now
beef.
she owns the stocks. Yeah,
it was some weird. She's not normal, bro. She's not normal.
Nah, she's clearly going through a lot. She had her kids taken away from her last year, or no, 2 years ago. The year before that, she was Baker acted. And that's kind of really where my questions start. For those of you who are not from Florida, Baker acted is when someone is involuntarily committed to a mental health facility.
That's only a Florida thing? Baker acted?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's a Florida thing.
That's just wild.
And if I'm mistaken,
yeah, it is.
You should not be able to own or purchase a weapon if you have mental health issues. No.
But
yeah,
okay,
that's spot on.
But
Dame.
you know how who? Okay, hold on. Let me gather my thoughts, because yes, you're not supposed to purchase a weapon if you have mental illness. But who's doing this tests on these people to ensure that they have mental illness or not? There isn't. There's a fucking questionnaire, and they ask you, do you have mental illness? And they're gonna say, yeah, I do.
No, but they do a background. You get a background check.
Bro, a lot of it is asking questions. They ask you questions that you have to yourself answer.
Well. I mean, the fact that but
they still do a background check.
Real testing. A background check, okay, but we're talking about mental illness.
Right, but what I'm saying, she was committed to a mental health facility. That should come up in your background check.
I don't know about that.
And that should flag you being able to purchase.
How's that going to show up on your background? Your background is going to show any misdemeanors or felonies. They're not looking to see if you were Baker acted.
Oh, typically that is part of a background check. Yeah. When you're going to purchase a weapon, it should be. I'm not saying it's like that in every state. I don't know what the laws are in Florida. They're very relaxed. They're very relaxed here. But the point of the matter is, she's crazy. She clearly was having issues, or she's having some sort of breakdowns. Why does she have access to a gun? If that's the deeper question, I don't know if we're ever going to get an answer.
Got access to guns that shouldn't have access to guns.
Listen, not only did the judge give her ex-husband or the father full custody, she is not even allowed to visit with, talk to, send emails to. She's not allowed to contact her children in any way, shape, or form.
Listen, I'm gonna read this to you.
Hold on, wait. If you are not in the right space to have communication on any level with your own child, you should not possess a fucking gun.
I agree. Baker Act in Florida is a civil, confidential, and medical process, not a criminal conviction.
It can't be.
Meaning it
we all know about it.
meaning it typically does not appear on standard criminal background checks.
Yeah, but did she legally have a gun, or did she steal the gun? Like, I don't know any of the details of it.
I could not find any nothing has been reported about.
Well, she just came strapped and she just started shooting up. Now, listen, I'm not a huge fan of Rhianna. Like, I don't dislike her, but I'm just not like into her music that much. But could you imagine the insane tragedy that would have been if somebody in her house, including her, would have been hit?
Her children.
Well, it's still traumatizing. She has
her bail is like $10 million.
No, but the point that I'm trying to make is this could have been a complete tragedy. I mean, as I understand it, her and A$AP Rocky, they've become quite domesticated, and every time I see pictures of them or anything, they always seem to be trying to do their family thing. Like, like, why are you trying to destroy that? Obviously we can't make sense of it, but it would have been a huge tragedy. And
I believe she's ill. I think she's ill.
Yeah,
she's
definitely
ill.
Yeah, there's no making sense out of that.
Definitely. There's no question about it. That's not normal. Just listening to her talk. When you get a minute, listen to her videos of her talking.
I did.
I'm talking to Jew. It's crazy.
Yeah, I contemplated.
She sounds crazy.
I was like, nah, this is too much.
She said she's a watchman, and she talks a lot about God. Like, God has her back. Like, God is telling her that Rhianna needs to die. Like, it's out of control.
Yeah, I'm sure Jesus is all for that.
Bro, she said that Rhianna gaining weight and having a big forehead and a double chin is her karma. Like, and that was God's way of punishing her.
Boy, how many of us would like to have that karma, right? The fuck out of here. Shit. I'll take a big forehead any day for that kind of money.
Word.
Actually, what am I talking about?
Yeah, it was wild.
I don't even have a
It's wild that she's here.
Goes all the way.
Just a few hours away from us.
There's no it's true. I definitely do.
He said the extended.
There's no dividing line. There's no nothing. It's just all.
Listen, I have a big forehead.
But anyway, Dame, speaking of head, never mind.
Whoa.
Yo.
Never mind.
Yo, you out of control today.
Said never mind. Like I knew that was gonna go somewhere. So.
Okay, dale.
Anyway,
he's so annoying. He's so annoying.
You think you funny, Jew?
Yo, imagine having to after getting shot at, run out of your house and just hop on a plane to just go feel safe somewhere. Like, you don't feel safe in your own home. You got to pack up your kids who are probably.
How did she get her address? Because when you're a celebrity,
it was on they had the whole layout of her house was on recorded from a drone. Like, people do this shit and put it online. Like that shit should be fucking illegal.
Yeah,
that's how she found it.
Well, thankfully, Rhianna is okay. Her family is okay. I'm sure
she's probably gonna sell the house and move.
I'm sure they could bulletproof, a lot of shit. But yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. But it's good that nothing bad happened. But that could have been way worse.
Could have been worse for sure. Did you guys hear about the flight from Memphis to Fort Lauderdale that was diverted to Atlanta?
What the fuck is up with Florida? What the fuck is going on? It's always Florida.
You don't know. Yo, it's always Florida.
Oh, I know. I live here. Yeah. It's wild as hell.
So, a man's had alarm set on his phone to remind him when to pray. And the alarm was the actual Muslim call to prayer. Allah Akbar. Repeats over and over again. And that goes off. He silences it and starts praying. And people went and alerted the flight attendants, and they diverted the flight to land and accept a quicker destination to arrest this man and remove him from the plane. Like, where the fuck did it go?
That's so sad.
Let's go. Stand up. Everybody heads down. Stand up. Stand up.
Poor thing.
So it's the last week of Ramadan. And this is when, they're at their most peaceful point in the year. And, they pray 5 times a day at certain times of the day. And this man was just praying. And that's offensive to somebody, or not necessarily offensive, created fear. Like, I can't understand.
Listen, 9/11 caused a lot of fear. There was a while where Muslim people were like overly targeted. They had to be moved to like a special area in the airport to be checked, patted down.
But that was 25 years ago.
Yeah, but
I think today society should have a better understanding.
Yes, agreed. But look at what we're living in right now.
That's
I feel like we're going backwards. We were moving forward, and then shit hit the fan with who we have as president, and now we have people that are bringing shit back up and causing diversion again. Like, it's I don't know.
I don't think we're going backwards. I don't think anything has changed except the fact that people feel comfortable expressing it publicly.
Agreed.
Because of
that is going backwards, because they used to feel comfortable back then,
but it still
existed. Then they felt uncomfortable for a while, so they kept quiet, and now they're feeling comfortable to express their stupid shit again. This poor man can't even pray. He's being manhandled and kicked out and arrested because he wanted to pray because somebody hurt Allah. That's what it was. That's a damn shame. Is that person gonna get arrested when they find out that it was all a misunderstanding? Are they gonna? I hope he gets mad fucking mileage credits and has free flights.
That's a lawsuit.
Next fucking 20 years or some shit.
Yeah, that's a lawsuit that I think he likely wins. But let me make a couple of points here. So it's no different than calling the police on a black man who's walking down the street wearing a hood.
Yeah,
no different. It's no different than any other time you see anyone who even remotely looks like they're from an Arabic country, in a public space praying, or, even wearing, if they're wearing any kind of particular clothes, women with hijabs or whatever. There's always going to be some sort of stereotype, some sort of, person having an issue. We had a mass shooting in Las Vegas years ago, 2017. This guy killed 58 fucking people. 58 fucking people. Well, 57, including himself, were killed. And we have mass shooting after mass shooting, and it's usually, middle-aged white men. Mm-hmm. I don't see the public panicking every time a middle-aged white man is having a rant at a Walmart somewhere. Why is it that we're making this, or not we, but people are making this panic because a man is praying on an airplane where they scan him for metal detectors coming in?
Like, as safe as you can be right now.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's by himself.
Like, it's beyond absurd. And I think whoever reported it knew what they were doing. I don't believe for a second that it was fear. I think I feel like this. There was a certain chain of command.
Now he's traumatized.
It's a domino effect, because the person who reported it, or people who reported it, should have known better. The staff in the airport should have known better, and the police force who came in there should have known better. So it was a complete breakdown based off of what? Bigotry.
Yeah, simple.
You saw everybody in that airplane, like they were. they were really bracing themselves for some shit to hit the fan. That's how out of control that got over an alarm to remind you to pray. Bro, it's wild. It's wild. I hope he sues and I hope he makes buku money, but unfortunately he's gonna be traumatized and he'll have his own PTSD because of that fuck shit that happened right there.
I wonder if part of his prayer was for everybody to land safely.
Can you imagine?
Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
It was during the most peaceful time of the year.
Yeah. Shit really bothers me. I just can't. Like I'm just thinking because the actual prayer that he was praying, it just obviously he wasn't praying in English, but it just simply says, God is great. He's the God of all gods, and
which is the same God that Christians believe
pray
in.
to, right?
Yeah.
And it says, Muhammad is the true prophet, and this is all that he's saying in his prayer. And people think that he's, about to cause some harm to them. It's the ignorant. How are people so ignorant and racist? I can't understand it.
Fear.
I fear Christians more than Muslims. Keep it a buck.
Listen, I fear my neighborhood. Damien, you know where I used to live.
Yes.
I live legit next to a trap house.
Now.
Okay. I legit lived next to a trap house on MLK in the hoodest of the hood. And I felt the most safest there. Then I moved here where this is predominantly white, predominantly hillbilly white. Like I'm talking about country white. Bro, it is more threatening to listen. I had a guy in the store one time size me. He pressed me for not being from around town, and it's really difficult to make me scared of you. Like I don't show fear to anybody, and the way that he looked at me, the way that he was pressing me, I felt so uncomfortable to go back and forth with him. You know what I'm saying? I talk my shit because I'm gonna talk my shit. But I was real careful. I was real careful not let the rest of the people that were working there defend me because I felt like he had a gun in the car and was ready to shoot me. Like he was so not happy with seeing this Latina in Spring Hill. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't feeling it. Out there,
mad Dominicans in Spring Hill. Like what the fuck?
Well, I live
where you live is
county line. If you pass county line, that's more variety of people. But I live in the country because I have a little farm, so I'm in the country, and it's rare to see Dominican or Puerto Rican in this little town where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It's predominantly white people that have been here for a long time, and they're not feeling people like me. They are the same ones that have big Trump flags in front of their house, and not just one or two. I'm talking about a post, 15 flags.
Well,
I'm just saying, they're more. I fear them more than I fear anybody in the hood. In fact, I didn't fear shit in the hood. I jogged
but even
but
even
sit out on your porch like
chilling.
Even with that logic, if you see a white person in your neighborhood when you're in the hood, is your first instinct to call the police or to attack them? No, it wouldn't be.
No.
So even though, because I don't buy the excuse of fear anymore. Like I just don't buy it. That went on for so long. Oh, he looks suspicious. Fuck off with that. Like,
oh no,
stop.
I don't believe that they fear.
There's an intention behind the action for sure.
There's an intention. That's what I'm saying.
There's definitely an intention. There's definitely an intention.
And that's why
I fear. I can fear someone here, and I hate to even say that out loud.
No, well, that's why. That's precisely why there are laws in the book that have to stand your ground. It's to justify committing murder, and it disproportionately affects certain groups.
That's why I stay with mine. You stand your ground, I'm staying mine.
You don't win that, Dame. You don't win that. But that's a conversation for another day.
So,
well, let's move on to something light. We're a little depressed here. We got too much fucking depressing ass shit happening. Let's talk about something different. What we got?
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, geez.
Let us be clear. AI and robotics are the most transformative technologies in the history of humanity and will have a profound impact on the lives of every man, woman, and child in our country.
I love Bernie. I love that man.
Bernie is my guy. Wish he would have been president. Voted for him every time I could. But
oh man,
here we go. So the segment, I would advise you check it out because he lists off a bunch of examples and reasons. So definitely check that out because I think Bernie is always worth listening. Just sometimes you gotta carve out some time to do that. But he's my guy. He's long-winded.
It's a little slow.
Yeah. But here's a couple of things, just to keep it simple, because I know we spoke about AI last week. We're going to keep talking about it because it's the thing right now. But I have just a couple of suggestions to sort of help fight against this, because I know we might be feeling a little bit hopeless, but we're not, right? So a couple of things here is one, on social media, stop sharing AI-generated content. Just stop. Just stop. Do some research. Damien. If you see something you're not sure what it is. I mean, we all have been guilty of it, I'm sure. And sometimes we don't
sometimes
know.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't
right.
know.
Sometimes you don't know. But be real careful when it comes to sharing. The next thing is avoid creating and promoting any sort of AI-generated art, whether it's music, images, whatever. Don't support companies that replace human workers. Don't support companies that replace human workers for generative AI. I can never say that word. I'm sorry, guys. Generative. Yeah, I try to rush through it, and I always end up sounding crazy. Also, support politicians, support companies, and any kind of industry, including in music, gaming, and film, and especially in social media, that do not rely on generative AI. And lastly, you can encourage the use of AI when it comes to tools. If you're writing an email and you need to use ChatGPT, whatever, I don't think that's as big of a deal. But when it's replacing creativity and human ingenuity, I think it's an issue. And even ChatGPT, there's some major issues with that as well. It's clearly writing things completely for people, and it's not what you want to use it for. But I think as a society, we have power. They just proved it with Target recently, right? What did they estimate to lose? $12 billion because of the boycotting for the DEI. We're not covering that today, but as an example, boycotts work. Limiting your usage of things works. So, flex your power. That's my take on it.
I had a conversation with my homegirl the other day because she uses ChatGPT a lot. I've never downloaded the app. I don't have it. I don't use that. I don't use Gemini. I don't know if it's just that I'm old school or just I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in it. She's like, you don't have that app? And I'm like, nah, I never downloaded it. I could show you right now. I never downloaded that app. I don't know. I'm not interested in it.
You don't have to download it.
It just annoys me. It annoys me how everyone is like, you know what? I'm going to go ask ChatGPT. You know what? I'm just going to go ask Gemini. You know what? I'm going to write this and have ChatGPT reword it for me.
I use ChatGPT. I use Copilot. I use them for sure. If I'm writing a quick email and I need to do a quick grammar check on it, I'm going to use it. Yeah, sure, I'm going to use it. Does it dominate everything that I do? No, but neither did Google. I'm not always constantly, hey Google, hey Alexa,
relying on ChatGPT to do most of their work.
Of course, it's a great tool if you need to get things done quick. I'm not gonna lie. If I write a whole bunch of things and I want to put it into bullet points, it's gonna do that for me. Just don't have it replace your creativity, replace who you are. Use it as a tool.
Out right now, Drew, that I like very much, and it's an AI song.
But that's way worse than using ChatGPT. Way worse.
We should stop using ChatGPT. Use Claude instead.
Use what instead?
Claude.
Claude. Well, please do explain, Damien.
Yeah, what is Claude? How do you spell that?
CLAUDE.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Elaborate.
It's the same as ChatGPT, but a different company that actually.
So you're taking the stance of, what company is more ethical and not connected to Donald Trump. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Ay, Dio.
What did you say?
I guess.
Not exactly. I said yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Claude.
It's a different experience, man. I'm not gonna lie. I find that it tends to be.
Is that an app also?
Yeah, it can be. It's a different experience, but it can be a better experience than ChatGPT if you adjust. You have to be specific in your questions, and it will give you more detailed and more accurate information. But it's also a little slower than ChatGPT, but it's more accurate. But it's also not as, you got to be specific. Like in Google, you know how you have to ask a specific question to get the right information?
Right.
You kind of got to think that same way.
I mean, that's how it should be, just because it assures more accuracy if you're doing that. But I just want to say I'm not totally opposed to like those types of AI. And the reason why, it's like the gun laws. I am an anti, gun person. Like, if I had my way, I'd ban them all. Handguns, everything. But it's not my way, and I know that would never pass in any sort of version of our government. So you got to be willing to compromise. So yeah, that's the whole, betting a thing. But, later on that.
Bueno.
Overconfident society. You guys got a couple of minutes here? Oh yes, we do. We got plenty of time here. All right. So I'm going to be reading on some of my notes, and this is going to drive Damien crazy, but you know what?
Wait, hold on.
It's all good.
Before you start reading, is your notes going to explain what you mean by this? Like,
when do my notes never explain what I mean?
I mean, you're going to go straight to it, or you're going to give us something context? Like,
I'm going to you ever get straight to it.
I'm going to try. I'm gonna try to give it the way. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it how I want to say it, and you hear it how you want to hear it. Ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So, overconfident society. This is where we are right now, right? And we've been this way for years. So anyone who knows me, you guys know that, especially Damien knows, I hate conspiracy theories, but like a passion, right? And for years, I'll push back on claims of the flat Earth and moon landing being fake, or secret cures for cancer, or 9/11 was an inside job. I just don't like that stuff. And I think it's okay and it's healthy to have some sort of skepticism. Questioning things is really healthy. But I think there's a problem when people think that something doesn't make sense and they automatically assume that it's a lie. And I think that's kind of been hitting our society pretty hard. So yeah, just because, you're a flat earth, part of a flat earth forum on Reddit, doesn't make you an expert on physics, right? So, and I'll say this, just because you have a master's degree in TikTok University, doesn't mean that you know exactly what you're saying. So with all that said, it brings me to something that is really dangerous today. And it's something that, you guys are familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect? Have you heard of it?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, so I will basically explain it. You're going to love this, right? So, Dunning-Kruger effect. If you argue or you listen to some of our leaders, you hear it, especially in Donald Trump. So, the Dunning-Kruger effect comes from a research psychologist, David Dunning and Justin Kruger. They were at Cornell University in 1999. They published a famous paper titled Unskilled and Unaware of It. So Unskilled and Unaware of It. And there's more of a subtitle to it, but I'm going to try to move on. So basically what it's saying is that, you know, people kind of overestimate their own skills, their own assessments, based off of having, you know, a little bit of experience in something. So the story that inspired them was bizarre, and this is what I want to get to. So in 1995, it's going to be short, Dane, relax. There was a guy named MacArthur Wheeler. He robbed 2 banks in Pittsburgh, and he did it in broad daylight, and he did it without a mask. All right? And the reason why he did that was because he believed that lemon juice, if you put it on your face, that he would be invisible to the camera. His face would be invisible to the camera. So the kicker is that he tested his theory or something that he heard. So he put lemon juice on his face and he took a Polaroid of himself. Maybe the framing was off, maybe the lighting was off, but his face didn't show up, right? It didn't turn out so great. So he assumed that that trick would work if he robbed the bank. So he walked into 2 banks and he was, of course, caught on camera. His face was clear on there and he was arrested, right? When they showed him the footage.
This guy walked in smelling like lemonade.
Yeah. He smelled good at least, right? Good for his paws, you know, probably tight face. But when they played the video for him, you know what his response was? He says, "But I wore the juice." Bruh. So David Dunning, he decided, he was thinking, how could someone be so confident, you know, while being completely wrong? I mean, he was completely confident with his chest. And how could incompetent people, how do they realize that they're incompetent, which is clearly him? He wasn't self-aware to know that he was completely, you know, incompetent. So they did an experiment and they did a study and they found that people who scored the lowest percentiles consistently overestimated their abilities. So this brings me to
lowest in what?
In the test that they did. It was they used human recognition, logical reasoning, and grammar. So they did a study with several people just to see, I guess, you know, how they kind of think of themselves and think of situations. And the people who scored lowest in those tests tended to completely overestimate their abilities when doing something. So you know, I might have changed my oil. It doesn't mean that I'm a mechanic and I can challenge a mechanic, you know, in knowledge, but some people will, right? So because the same skills that you're going to need to perform whatever duty you're doing or job well are often the skills you need to assess what your performance is. So if you lack the skill, you're gonna definitely, you know, fail at what you're trying to do, right? So this could be dangerous, and I feel like a lot of people in our country, we're very confident, but if you compare us to other countries, especially our education system in the last few years, we're lagging behind in almost everything. So overconfidence without competency, it has real consequences. So my question to you guys in the audience is, how often do we, as Americans, or if you're living in America, consider that, or maybe confuse your confidence for expertise? Do you know someone who does that? Do you know someone who does that? See, Dame, I'm going to let you talk first. Go right ahead.
Hold on. Because I feel like people that are overconfident to that extent are not right in the head. Because that'll bring us back to this chick with Rhianna. She was confident. She was confident.
Study shows that this
isn't California.
The study shows that this isn't necessarily linked to intelligence. So experts, intelligent people often do this as well.
I don't know.
Say that last part again.
Intelligent people or even experts in certain fields have a tendency to do this as well. So if you hear somebody say, oh, you know, Dunning-Kruger effect, it doesn't necessarily suggest that the person that they're referring to is stupid. So for instance, maybe you're a doctor.
No, okay. Yeah. Okay. I think people live in a bubble. And their whole world is formed by their experience. When you were talking, this is what I was thinking when you were talking about Americans and how far we are behind in education and technology. A lot of Americans are not aware that that is the case because they don't travel to other countries.
Right.
If you leave this country and you go experience other countries, you have something to compare your country to. If you don't, all you have is what you're told or what your idea or perception is. And I think that's gotta get out your bubble.
Okay, but even within our country, you have NASA, and then you have the other side that thinks that we live on a flat earth and there's just no getting around that. Why are we there? How could Donald Trump say that he knows more about X, Y, and Z than the experts, and then people just believe it?
I think it's the same thing. It's just what you're exposed to and what you're willing to challenge. I think I think maybe the root of it is lack of trust.
Yeah. It's easy not to believe the media, especially because we catch them in so many lies. So when they say something that's truthful, who knows if it's true? Same thing with our politicians, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, like you said earlier, let's say I took a quick YouTube course to figure out how to change my brakes. I did it successfully. I'm proud of myself that I changed my own brakes. That don't mean that I'm gonna go into a mechanic and start talking on cars and shit because I know I changed my own brakes.
But some people do.
Some people do.
But that's not normal. If you know that you cannot take a motor apart and put it back together, just because you did your own oil change doesn't make you a fucking mechanic.
We've all done.
Something got to be wrong with you.
We've all done this on some level. We've all done it on some level. So maybe you see someone maybe you see someone putting together a computer desk, right? And you see them struggling. You're like, you know what? Let me do it. And oh, here's the instructions. I don't need no instructions because you've done it before. And then you find out you're doing it wrong or you mess up. We've all done that to some degree. Not me, but I'm sure you guys.
But I'm not applying at fucking IKEA saying I can put everything together here by myself. You know what I'm saying? I messed up. I put it together one time. I did good. I'm proud of myself. I fucked up a couple of times, but I'm not sitting here telling everybody that I'm an expert in putting furniture together. You know what I'm saying?
But maybe you have that self-awareness and maybe you're more practical than maybe most people. And this sounds crazy to you, but this is a real people that do that.
You don't think that just ties to a little bit of mental illness? And maybe some people are just not normal thinking crazy. Like you really
I think there are levels to it. I think for extreme things like maybe the lemon juice, maybe there was something wrong with the guy. I don't know.
That was definitely something wrong with him.
Something's wrong with that guy. Because even if you believe the lemon juice worked, like why not just put on a mask? Like why? Like
Dame,
why
do people? Why is it every 4th of July you turn on the news and people have blown their fingers off lighting firecrackers? Like, I'm just saying, like, why do people do the stupidest shit?
I mean, I do believe there are people who are not very intelligent.
Yeah, of course.
So there's that.
I got a follow-up question to this real quick. Do you think that we suffer from this? Could it be some of it? Maybe we have. I'm not saying this is this is rhetorical. This is I've heard other people talk about it. Maybe we have just too much freedoms in this country, and maybe we just don't have any sort of respect for people who are experts in their fields because we have the freedom to tell them that they're wrong.
I mean, that definitely can have a little bit to do with it.
I don't know if I'm ready to go that far. I think Americans are arrogant because we're not exposed to the rest of the world because we're surrounded by two large bodies of water. we're not searching. I don't want to say we because I don't want to include myself in that, but most Americans don't go searching for information. They just take what's provided to them and they make sense out of whatever little bit of information that they get, or try to make sense out of it. And I think that is a laziness mixed with arrogance and a little bit of ignorance.
Yeah, and when I watch a group of people to do that agree with them, and then they have a whole crowd of people just like them, and they're gonna say, "Well, I'm not the only one."
Community has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Say that again? I missed that.
I said community has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
You
know, you have people who are reinforcing your beliefs. You know, by the millions, you're gonna.
I've watched some of these flat Earth videos, and some of them are very convincing. Like they'll lay out shit, and it'll actually sound like I can see why they think that way. But then if you just are trained or you naturally think to question shit, then you could quickly disprove it. But
to the layman, it's because they're so confident in what they're saying. They might say, "Oh, that makes sense," and that's how they expand those groups, because to explain it scientifically is way more complicated than what they do.
Yeah,
I'm a big conspiracy theorist, so you're gonna hate.
We know.
We are 180 on that. So this is what's going to make this interesting moving forward.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I love conspiracy theories, but I also quickly.
I mean, there's some that I'm just like, all right, but I mean, there's some that, you know.
Oh no, I know.
I like to entertain them, but I always take the position of trying to prove it wrong instead of trying to prove myself right. And 99% of the time, I can pretty quickly disprove the theory. There's only one that I haven't been able to.
Which one?
No.
The flat Earth?
It's like, we're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now. I love having these conversations. This is why I brought up the whole Dunning-Kruger effect, because when I study and I see like the things that are happening today, there's a lot of theories as to and different reasons as to why we are where we're at. It's not one thing, it's probably a series of 1,000 things, but that's definitely one of them.
That's funny as hell that they name it. So Dunning-Kruger is the guy that with the lemon on his face. So
Those are
the
two psychiatrists who.
Okay. I was going to say that they made an example out of him, didn't they? Okay.
That would have been crazy. The Wheeler effect, even though it makes actually more sense to call it the Wheeler effect than it does the Dunning-Kruger. But would make sense. I know if I came up with a big paper and I did all the research, I'm not naming it after the kook that inspired it. Yeah,
not usually goes after the scientists.
Yeah, I really wonder if that guy is still alive, and if he's
his
still
name is
still squirting lemon juice on his face.
Like MacArthur Wheeler or something like that. Yeah, a lot of people who know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is don't know the origins of it. So if you didn't know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, because I think it's a crazy story.
I think that guy was lacking. Like, because even if you really believe the shit, like, still just fucking mask on. Like,
to have the confidence and do it. Like he was really like sure of himself. He was like, I'm really gonna do this. I'm gonna
go rob a bank barefaced. Like
even but Dane, even if there's something off, he was functional enough to pull off 2 bank robberies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. MacArthur.
If I told you, look, Dame, if you mix up lemon juice with a little bit of, I don't know, peanut butter and some salt and pepper, and you put it on your face, and then you wash your face, look, and I take a picture of you and your face don't come out, you might believe it, right?
No.
Well, okay. Well,
he was sentenced to 24 and a half years in prison, but he did 3 years of probation, and the charges were dropped. Am I reading this right?
Is he all that off then? He picked a good lawyer.
This was in 1996, January 5th, 1996. That's crazy. I'm gonna look that up.
How the fuck did that happen?
2.
Yeah. Followed by 3 years of probation. No, sentenced to 24 years in prison, followed by 3 years of probation. On January 5th, 1996, the Swiss Valley stick-up charges for the Britain Heights case were dropped.
You know how sometimes there's like a stipulations when you like have probation if you get out. I wonder if any of his had anything to do with lemon juice.
Spokesperson or some shit.
Or just you're not allowed to be within 1,000 feet of a bottle of lemon juice or some lemons.
Yeah. I wonder if they call them lemon squeeze in prison or some shit.
Oh, you could not be my friend. You cannot be my friend and ever not hear about that. Like, I'd be like, shut up. You thought lemon juice meant, like, I would not stop. Like, yeah.
That's wild.
Facts. He would be dragged like every chance.
No way.
And he'll just have to eat it. He'll just have to deal with it.
He would have to disappear forever and not because of lemon juice. Like, he'd have to like physically like remove himself because there's no way.
Same as Damon's mic.
You know, I wanted this segment to go without me mentioning it, so thank you, Agnes. I appreciate it.
My bad. You're not letting it go. It's the same shit. He's gonna have to get rid of the damn mic.
It's going nowhere. It's not.
You watch, Agnes. Something's gonna change next week. He ain't keeping it like that though.
Maybe change the fuzzball, whatever it is that you have over it. Because it's
put a condom on it. Put a condom on it.
Yo.
It's the face. Like, he just doesn't know what to say.
That's what it is, because I know he wants to just be like, fuck you, man. But, you know.
Yeah.
But he could do that now anyway. Yeah.
Yo, y'all, you know what it is? Y'all be thinking like I just be trying to keep it cool. I always imagine my fucking mom watching, bro.
Oh.
She be watching?
But listen.
Oh, man.
Listen.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. But your parents, this isn't coming out of your mouth. This is coming out of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
but
it doesn't help that we over here fucking Big Dick Day. You know what I'm saying? When his mom is watching, like,
yeah, she's probably like, no Big Dick Dame.
You see, listen, let me tell you something.
No, please don't. Please don't. I don't need proof. I don't need nothing. You know, like, I don't need.
Yo no puedo.
I'm talking and I'm like spitting as I'm talking. I don't know if the camera caught that, but yeah, it was kind of wild. But no, Dame, it's just, you know what it is with you. It's like you're not having any of that. So like, just like, that's what makes it funny. It's just because you're just like, bro, like, you're not having any of that. Like, you don't joke that way. So that's what makes it like tempting to do. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but it's fun, you know.
It is fun.
And you got this like little shy guy way about like the way you kind of react to it.
And there's nothing shy about him. That's the crazy part. Like, there's nothing shy about you, David. Don't even.
Oh, do I not know stuff like this? Does he like? I don't know.
You see?
Like crazy with it.
You see?
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say like, does he whip it out? Like, I just was like,
what, like 1000% was what you were trying to.
No. Like, I was thinking like, you know, like you're just kind of like maybe you like to dance and take off your shirt and go crazy, like, you know.
Nah.
Maybe like you're a party guy.
Cool. He's real cool, calm, and collected, but
yeah.
He's not.
I peg like, Damien because I know I'm this way. Like in the club, I'm the guy in the background, kind of like where the speakers are, you know, chilling and having conversations with my friends and stuff. I haven't been to a club in years, but you know, back in those days. But yeah.
Kind of mixture. I do that. I definitely post up, but also, you know, make my round.
Fall asleep. Yeah, fall asleep. No fucks given. None.
When
you'll take a VIP section and make it a bed and call it a fucking night.
I definitely fell asleep in the VIP section before. That's definitely happened.
Knocked out.
Damon's a wild ass dude. Just sleep right in the club.
Listen, give a shit with the speaker right here. Out of control.
Yo, I went to a strip club with Diana one time and passed the fuck out of the strip.
Bro, I'm telling you.
We're sitting like 2 rows back from the fucking from the stage. And I'm just that bitch.
When was this?
That's years ago. That's mad years ago.
And she just let you sleep?
Which I don't appreciate. Like, yo, fucking elbow me or something. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
No, I let you sleep. I try to wake you up. But you was well aware that you were sleeping. You was like, I'm taking a nap. I'm over this shit.
Sometimes I just ain't feeling it. Like I ain't in it. I just be chilling. Mm-hmm. But that's a rare occurrence in the club. That's not happening.
Well, somebody needs to fire the DJ.
No, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna get him the next time he fall asleep. He gonna wake up to something.
Nah.
And I'm gonna record it.
I'm not saying it.
Oh Lord. Where did it go, Jew? Like, where'd your mind go? What happened?
Well, you say you're gonna do something and you're gonna record it.
See, I don't.
But what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking I'm gonna do?
I am not going to say it because it's only going to make me look like a terrible person. Like I'm picking on. Yeah. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it won't look too different than what he looks like now in front of that mic. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yo.
That's it.
Yo. Just take it off.
It's over.
Yo, that looks so much better.
Oh my God.
So much better. It looks like a real proper mic.
That's it. So if I sound like we now,
do we have another topic? Was that it?
No, we have more.
Yes.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Actually, no, you derailed this one, Agnes. So yeah.
Yo, wait. Was it? You know
yeah, what? This was you this time.
So Agnes, dad bods versus a thick woman. What's going on here?
Is there a double standard? You know, women, thick women, most men like thick women. They don't like bony, no meat having ass girls. They like thickums. And even if they have a little bit of a chicho, that's considered sexy. You know what I'm saying? Is it the same for dad bods if they have a little bit of a stomach? You know what I'm saying? Or some extra rolls? Are we loving it, or is it frowned upon? Or we're like, we need a homeboy to get in shape? For me personally, I think that shit sexy as hell. I like a dad bod. I like the shit out of a dad bod. That's me. It's equivalent to a guy liking a thick girl. Y'all tell me.
I don't know how we can. I don't.
But you agree you like thick girls?
Oh, for sure.
And even if she has a little of a fupa, you know what a fupa is, right? Mm-hmm. That's okay with you. You're not telling her she's gonna need to go work out.
No, I'm cool with that.
But it's almost like the same. Like
I like the stretch marks too. Those little tiger stripes. Yeah.
That's a mom bod.
Yeah.
I guess, right? I don't know. Dad bod to me is sexy as hell. I like a dad bod. I know some girls that like dad bods just as much as I do, but I also know some girls that like, I'm not feeling him, and he already got a little of a stomach, and he got a little double chin going, and they point out these flaws in their physique, whereas men are more accepting to a woman's physique the way it is. At least I feel that way. Same with the height shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some girls that prefer a tall man the same way tall guys prefer, or most guys, not even tall guys, most guys prefer like a short girl.
I think I haven't given. I think looks are important to men, but they're not the most important thing.
Would you agree, Jim?
Oh boy. So for me, I kind of like thin women and thick women, and everywhere in between. I don't really have much of a preference when it comes to that. Like,
You just
I don't
like what
know.
you like.
Yeah. I've never really had like a type. Now I've had a type that likes me for some reason, but I've never sought out like, oh, I need a thin girl or I need a thick girl or whatever. Obviously, let me not even go there because in today's standards, I might
Hey,
say something that might be offensive.
no,
I'm just saying, I don't want nobody too flat and I don't want nobody too roly poly, So, like there are limits to it or whatever. Now, as far as a dad bod, I have a dad bod. I am a dad. I got like, I got my little lumps or whatever, but I think
oh, so would you
aging
agree with Damien with looks is not the most important? It's cool. You have to have some attraction, but that's not really what you look for.
looks are not the most important thing to me. Never have been. Obviously, when I was younger, maybe I was a little bit more shallow and I went for, the prettier girl, but that's not the most
That's
important
age.
thing.
That's
I mean,
age,
it's
right?
always the first. Obviously, it's the first thing you.
It's the first thing you notice. Yeah.
Right. But like, if you're a dime and I go talk to you and I'm like you can't hold the conversation, you're not interesting. Like, I don't care what you look like.
I mean, that's the same for me. I don't have a type. I like who I like. You know what I'm
E-
saying? I can find a guy really attractive and be like, damn, he fine the same way. And then you go to talk to him and he's corny or he's too full of himself or I don't know. I don't know. Or his breath stink. It could be something.
I should say I don't. I should
Or
say I have preferences, but maybe not a type because I've my history is all over the spectrum.
I feel like
So
so is mine. Like I don't
yeah,
all my exes look crazy different from each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I can meet someone that I'm initially not attracted to and then start to get
because they just
attracted to
look
them because I like them.
right.
Yeah,
I
I
get it.
think for men, aging is easier than it is for women. So on the flip, I think that men are, especially like what people find acceptable. I don't know why,
Why
but
you say no?
I mean
Why you
those
say
are
no?
kind of facts, Dan. But explain why you think that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not saying for me personally. I'm just saying it seems like society
I
views men.
I agree with you, but I think it's self-inflicted. I think it's women put themselves through it. It
Oh,
ain't
here
because of
we
the men.
go. Here
I
we
mean, he
go.
do got a point. He do got a
You got
point.
okay. So
It's easier for men to age. They don't really
Listen,
give a shit.
I have never in my life heard a guy say, "Yo, did you see her fucking eyelashes?" Like, we don't give a fuck about eyelashes. I really don't care if you get your nails
okay,
done.
but
Like,
okay. So let's say like the work environment, right? I've seen middle-aged men promote pretty young girls who have less experience than the middle-aged ones that
okay, that's
no,
something
no, I'm
different.
saying if you're going to say women put it on themselves, you have to look at society because that's what drives women to do
He
some of
got
the
a
things that
point.
they do.
He so got a point. It's not even funny. It's true. It's
Is a
big.
guy
You know
is a
what?
guy oh,
Big. Good job, Jew. Period. He
I don't
took that
know.
shit all the way.
I
I see, but it's true.
don't totally disagree, but I don't think it's the same conversation. Yes, unfortunately, there are men who will promote women that they're more attracted to over for whatever
But that's
reason.
what I'm saying. It makes
But
the
that
women feel like they have to stay looking a certain way. You know what I'm saying? As for men, you guys don't give a shit that you're getting older. It's not a big deal for
I
y'all.
think in most cases women are competing against other women.
Because of men.
Isn't it the sad truth, though? He got a point. There's a lot of women that compete with women just to compete with them. And
I mean,
it's really for.
But
I'm gonna speak for.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for me, I speak from experience. I'm not the baddest bitch on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I come across a lot of women that hate on me, not because of my looks, but because of the way other people love me or the way other people fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So there's always some type of an envy somewhere. And women are just catty like that. And I'm a girl's girl. If you a bad bitch, I'm gonna tell you, oh my god, you're so pretty. I like your outfit. Like I'm that's just me all the time. But there, unfortunately, there's women, the majority, find envy in someone else, even when it's unintentional. Maybe they don't even realize it, that they're being haters. You know what I'm saying? They just, and it's because society has their mental completely fucked up to think that we need to compete with each other because we need to impress the next person. We need to get the attention of the next person. We need to stand out to the next person. And it's usually men. Usually men.
Well, I think, like, I don't disagree with what Julian's saying is true, but I think it's to an extent, because a lot of the times the things that women are doing to themselves are not things that men are interested in.
Yeah, but it's still
because
a societal
that's
pressure.
the point,
Right?
because they're doing it within each other. Okay, she got an ass, I need my ass to be bigger. She got her eyelashes done, I'm gonna get my eyelashes done. She got her nails as stilettos type, and I usually do coffin, but I liked her stiletto type nail, so I'm gonna do mine. It doesn't really necessarily mean that they're doing it because you told them that that's what you like, but because they saw that girl got a lot of attention the way that she looked and felt like they need to compete with this bitch to get as much attention. Not specifically a man, you know what I'm saying, said I this is what I like you said, most guys don't like that shit or give a shit about it
And I'll say this, as I get older, I'm not going to front, like, I have some insecurities with my age. Like, I'm not totally comfortable with getting older. It's less from what I look like and more so about what I'm able to do versus what I could do before. Where
And
I
ours is
think
worse versus what we look like. That's us. You're more about your health and your eyesight or your bones
I
cracking when you
think
get out of bed.
right. I'm more worried about that than I am. But to be honest with you, I even have those insecurities where I'm like, oh, look, I got the bags under my eyes. I'm graying. You know what I'm saying? And you start to feel it. But then there's a side of me where I'm just like, but you don't look too bad for your age. And you're okay. So I think it's natural to have insecurities, whether you're a man or a woman. But I think for women, it's a little bit different because it's a societal kind of thing that falls on them to an extent. Right. And same thing with dad and, dad bods and all of that stuff. Like, I think younger women are attracted to older men more so than younger men are attracted to older women. So I don't know if the dad bod hurts as much as some of us might think it does, because I get more eyes on me in the last 10 years than I did ever when I was 17.
I mean, zaddy is in right now. Being a zaddy is in. And sometimes zaddy could just be
Stop saying
Stop. That's like moist.
I didn't say daddy, but zaddy is the term now for an older man. You know what I'm saying? But it's
the silver fox thing is in, right?
To women, that adult personality goes much further.
Same for guys. Like, I don't give a shit how fine you are. If you suck as a person or your personality is shit, I'm so turned off, it's not even funny.
There is a level of pretty privilege, though, that I'm sorry, guys, that I think if you're talking about entering a relationship, yes, but there is pretty privilege out there, and I see it all the time. like all the
You know
time.
what? That shit sucks. I deal with that shit at my job. I deal with people thinking or assuming that I have pretty privilege because of the reputation I have at my job, and I feel like I have to put my best foot forward. Like my boss can tell you right now, he told me that I need to chill on the overworking myself because I feel like I need to prove a point that it's not that I'm cute or I came in with a nice outfit. It's because I really know my shit, and I need you to know that I know my shit.
See, that's
And
part of the problem right there is that I worked with a girl
but
who
who's saying who's giving off the pretty privilege
hold
shit?
on.
Not pretty bitches. They're
No,
the
no, no,
ones
no,
that
no,
say
no, no.
she's getting where she at because she cute.
Sometimes you get that, right? But then other times you have a pretty woman, and I had someone who I worked with, very attractive young lady, but she felt like she had to work extra hard because she didn't want anyone thinking that she got a pass. But the
That's how
problem
I feel.
was she did work hard and she was qualified to do the job, but there was a group of people who looked at her no matter what she did, they were always going to say, "Well, you have favor with X, Y, and Z because of the way you look." So
I get that.
it's a lose-lose situation almost.
It sucks so bad.
But it also helps you when you need to because she was fully aware that when she needed to throw on the charms and laugh a little bit more and blink her eyes a little bit more, it fucking worked.
I feel that works for like fucking ditzy ass women who don't know their job, and the only thing they got going for them is batting their eyes and fucking flipping their hair. Fuck out of
Yeah,
here
but
with
you
that
know what? At
misfit.
some point, that stops working.
I don't know.
Because
There's a lot of shallow men out there,
no, I'm
old
saying
men that
because it's just to my point earlier because
When
men
they
are
get
pigs,
older.
and right, and you could bat your eyes all you want,
Fucking
most
eyelash start falling off.
yeah, they start falling off a little bit, and yeah, but it's
But
such
that
a
goes back to
weird
my
thing.
point. Like, if you just be a dope person, that should never fade. Just be
Yeah,
dope.
but it's more nuanced than that. Like, it's just more nuance. Dame, you're a manager at a big. I don't want to get you in trouble with your girl, but you're a manager at a place, and a girl walks in. You're interviewing her, and she's beautiful, overqualified. She has everything. Then another woman walks in, not beautiful, same credentials. Who do you hire? You hired a pretty one, don't you?
Not necessarily.
I'm saying if they're even Steven on the work stuff.
If they're even Steven on qualifications, then I'm going to tap into their personality. Are they going to get along with the team? Or are they going to, work ethic and things like that?
I'm saying everything is same for same.
So you're saying you don't give a shit if she's real pretty. You're gonna hire whoever's the best qualified, period.
No, what I'm saying if
No,
it's
if he's
same
saying
for
the
same
qualifications are the same,
across the
then
board.
I'm going to go with who I think is going to get along best with the team.
Subconsciously, most people will go with the one that they find more attractive. I'm not saying that's you or me or the typical person when we're saying, I'm saying subconsciously, that's a real thing. Listen, I'm totally loyal to my woman. I've never cheated. I won't cheat. But I'm not going to lie and say that I'm a little bit nicer to a woman than I am a dude, especially if she's pretty.
I'm not.
Okay.
I hold the door for a dude the same way I would for a woman.
I would hold the door for a dude as well. But I proved it in the last podcast. Because I said I love you, and you didn't say you love me back. But then Agnes was like, well, you say you love me back all the time.
Listen, you should know by now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go against whatever is happening. I'm a rebel to the grave. If you wanted me to say it, I wasn't going to say it because you wanted me to say it.
Dame, I think you're wrong. Take this L. Take the L.
Don't tell me to ever take anything.
Take the L. I didn't say take the D, bro. I said take the L. Chill. Chillax. Dude. Take this L.
Yeah, since we're on the topic of double standards, daddies, girls, and mama's boys. When you think of a daddy's girl, you feel like, at least for me, yeah, you tell me if you agree or not. As they get older, you see a woman that's tough because she was a daddy's girl growing up, so she got thick skin as a young lady, even adult. Mama's boys are looked at like little bitches.
Dame, can you put that picture back up real quick? See, that's taking the L. You see that? See the boy in the middle there?
Yo. Yo, ese pasa. Ese pasa. Ay, Dios. He's so over you, bro. He's so over you.
Yo, do me a favor. Put the Bods pic back up.
As you were saying, Agnes.
Agnes.
All right. Let's start again. Daddy's girl or mama's boy? Mama boys looked at like little soft men, and daddy's girls looked at as tough, independent women.
For sure, for sure.
I
there's
mean,
a little bit
to an extent.
Okay.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
To an extent, I find mama's boys a little fucking weird, a little bit unnatural, and a little bit creepy. I feel like it's a guy. I feel like it's a kid who breastfed way too fucking long. Like, and then every fucking woman that they meet has to match fucking mommy. Like, I think it's just fucking weird.
There's levels.
True, but that's a majority. What he's saying is a majority. That's how most mama boy are. Like that. Mommy for everything. That's just that shit is
it's a little
so
weird.
Cringe to me. It's cringe as fuck. I hate that shit. But I do like a man that has a good relationship with his mom. Without the
there's moms who raise their sons and take care of them and do everything for them and just baby them. There's those mama's boys. And then there's moms who raise their boys to be men. So my mom,
you sound like a mama's boy.
I am a mama's boy, 100%. And I got scars on my knuckles for anybody that made a mama's joke.
But not that type of a mama's boy.
About mom. No, I'm not right.
See, but you are extreme with it.
Why?
It's extreme, Dame. Like, we all joke. People joke. Like, you should not have scars on your knuckles because somebody joked.
Well, you're not gonna joke about my mom.
Oh gosh, bro, chill.
I mean, I feel that way about my mom.
I don't.
You know I wasn't a mama's girl. I was a daddy's girl. There's levels to it. I'm still a daddy's girl.
There's level to it because I can tell you right now, I've probably crossed maybe 3 or 4 people in my lifetime that have made any jokes about my mom, and probably 0 who actually knew my mom. So I just don't even think it's a thing, really. Like, I don't encounter that. So I don't walk around defensively just thinking, I gotta protect mama's name. Like, I don't, it's just weird. I don't know.
I mean, to an extent, it's cool to make comments, but if you start disrespecting my mom or saying anything crazy about my mom in front of me, it's a problem.
There's that for sure. Like, disrespecting your mom or even your dad, right? Like, there's
the same, anybody, even my siblings, like, just period.
I think the biggest thing
anybody in my family that I fuck
is with. The people that I defend the most would be my kids. My mom was tougher than me growing up, and so was my dad. So I never probably felt the need to ever defend them.
But daddy's girls, there's some daddy's girls that are not tough or have thick skin. They got spoiled and dad did everything for them. So now they're looking for a guy in a relationship to live up to the standards of their dad. And you got to do everything for me because my dad took care of that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with mama's boys.
I dated a woman who suffered from that. And her father told her, I'll take care of you until you find a man to take care of you. Like, that was how she was raised. And anytime she got into a jam or, needed some help with a bill or whatever, it was daddy to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, like my mom, of course, has bailed me out a million fucking times, but that was my last resort. Like before I'm going to mom's, I'm trying to figure something out. So it's just different. I don't know. Like, but I always grew up with the being sensitive to that because I was always known as a mama's boy, and people think that they could test you. And so,
do you think there was some insecurity for yourself in that, and that's why you're so defensive over it? Or do you think that
it's society?
People think they can fuck with you because
they think you soft. If you're a mama's boy, you're a little bitch.
I had to have a short fuse because you let somebody play with you, everybody plays with you.
That part, facts.
Or plays with your mom in this case, like.
Let's see.
No. I'm saying like you open up the door. I'm being serious. I'm not joking. You open up the door for people to think that it's okay to diss your mom. Is that what you're saying?
If you let it ride.
Just having the perception of being a mama's boy. It goes beyond the mama's jokes. They think you're like I said in the beginning. They think
So calling you, like if somebody said you fucking mama's boy, do you perceive that like do you turn into Michael Jordan where you perceive that as a slight to your mom?
No,
it's more to you.
To me, like that's basically saying I'm soft.
Like you're saying you're a bitch. Yeah, you're
right.
soft.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess I'm trying to distinguish.
They don't say that. They don't say that to daddy's girls though. They don't say, "Oh, you're a little daddy's girl." They don't.
Sure, they do.
I don't hear that. I don't hear the same way they will say, "Oh, this little mama's boy over here." I don't hear them say, "Oh, this little daddy's."
It doesn't have the same negative connotation. Daddy's girl. It's cute. Oh, look at that's daddy's girl, daddy's little girl. It doesn't come with the same negative connotation as a mama's boy.
And I'm daddy's girl because I was closer to my dad. You know what I'm saying? I had a super tight relationship with my dad. It wasn't that my dad bailed me out of shit, nor my mom. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like having the relationship with my dad helped build my character. So I don't even like asking for help, like at all. I feel like I'm tougher because of it. But then again, I also have brothers. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of things build up to who I am today when it comes to my family. But I wasn't a daddy's girl to the extent where my dad is gonna take care of everything. I gotta call my daddy. Right. Fuck all that. I didn't have that. I don't have that. But there is girls that have that, but they're not.
I don't know. I don't have those kind of relationships. They're kind of weird. So, like for me, like my daughter, for instance, I was a single dad with her for a while, and
not to get daddy's girl.
Well, yeah, I'll explain. Not to get into my whole family dynamic, but when her mom and I separated and divorced, I had custody of her. And then I ended up moving on with someone else. We had a kid. She had 2 kids from a previous marriage. So we're like the Puerto Rican Brady Bunch. But when I was just with me and my oldest daughter, she would get a lot of, "You're just like your dad." But it was always put in a negative tone. And it wasn't so much a daddy's girl argument, but she needed, and I felt like she needed to separate herself from being that person. And I think it's affected our relationship, even her as an adult now. We clash. I mean, we just had an argument just 2 days ago. And it wasn't
there's some resentment because
I think there's a lot of
you in a negative way.
I think that's part of it. That's not the genesis of our like little issues that we have, but for sure, that's definitely part of it. And then, like I'll say, for like me and my parents, I was always closer to my mom growing up, but I can't even say it shifted. But like I became closer to my dad because I never did. I was always Rocky, but my mother and I, we've drifted apart as I've gotten older. I love my mom. Don't get it twisted, but I never had that relationship with her where it was so sacred to the point that
you go to your mom.
I felt that concept, right? Maybe when I was a child, I think when I was a child I had that, but as a teenager, as an adult, I always looked at my parents as like almost like a pillar that was unstoppable. So, like even if somebody said something about my mom, I would laugh and I would just be like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like and I'm not saying Damien didn't know that about his parents. I'm just saying I just grew up differently that way. I didn't see it the same way.
It wasn't so much as a feeling of needing to protect my mom, but it was more like a respect and a reverence. Like my mom, I just recognized early a lot of the sacrifices that my mom made to provide for me, and I never not had anything that I needed. So
that's dope.
I just
that's dope that you
Yeah.
can.
No, I respect that, but like, okay, culturally speaking, we do mom jokes, right? We joke, like it's not really about your mom. It's just,
I know,
like
I
if somebody goes up to you,
He
like,
don't play by his mom. That's
like
it.
your
He don't play
mom,
by
like
his
if
mom.
somebody says, "Oh, your mom is so ugly, she went to the haunted house, came out with an application," is that fighting words for you?
it's a warning for you. Don't do it again.
How did you get through that? Because I know, like,
Well,
I know in a 9, that must be fucking
punch people in
exhausting.
their fucking face. I don't listen.
Nah, it's not exhausting because you make example out of people.
You only
So
gotta do it
you know what I'm
a few
saying? Yeah, that's it. A few times, and people know. Listen, don't talk about his
Don't
mama.
talk about his mom.
Yeah,
Because he your mama's boy.
No, you beat your ass. You
Don't you?
my mama.
But Dame, don't you think? This is where I want to scratch deeper into this conversation. Don't you think? Even just with the way Agnes just brought this on to the conversation, don't you think that that's just a little bit odd, just a bit unusual to be so rigid about it?
Some people you can joke with, and some people you can't.
That's the you step on my shoe, I shoot you mentality.
Yes.
But in your case, Damien, is
So
it because
it's not just the mom thing.
more,
it's just the way
it's
you are.
not. I don't think it's the mom thing. I think it's a him. So you talking about my mom or calling me a mama's boy. You tried my life. You disrespected me. So it's not so much that I'm gonna fight for my mom. I'm gonna fight for my respect. So you know not to play with me or about my mom.
But that's not a life or death situation. That's someone who says something that really doesn't matter.
I have had
some people grew up in an era where respect was everything.
I've probably been in over 100 fights, and maybe 2 of them were like life or death situations. Like that's not a thing.
I've been in several fights and more so life or death situations, and it's never been over just jokes.
And not jokes, it's disrespect.
No, I think that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between a disrespect and a
some
joke.
People may joke in a disrespecting way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a joke, and they'll make other people laugh while they're offending you.
It's just weird coming from Dame. He loves diss rappers. Like he watches this shit like a sport, and they go in.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. You talking about battle
probably
rap?
Why you like it so much.
I respect these guys because I don't know how I couldn't do it
because they know it doesn't mean anything.
Listen,
no, sometimes they go in for real. Like I saw a guy, and I know you know which clip I'm talking about. He went in on this woman on a female. He went in. One. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Like he didn't end. Like it was just nonstop on this girl, and he was brutal to her. Now I don't know how she didn't smack the shit out of him.
Yeah.
15 seconds in, we would have been scrapping. You got me all the way fucked up. Like it's okay, we battle rapping, but you taking it too far now.
Dame goes into the battle rap sequence, and he's first. This is the guy. Then the guy comes in. This is him, and this is his mom. Fight breaks loose. Event destroyed. Like that's what that would be.
Check this out. Funny enough, one of my favorite battle rappers, his name is Goods, and he had this rule: like you could talk about anything, but do not talk about my daughter. Okay. And it was like in the contract, before the battle, whatever.
Oh man!
And he's got somebody. One guy said something about his daughter right in the middle of the battle, right in his mouth.
See,
you gotta make an example. I told you not to do it. In my brain,
then you shouldn't be involved in that.
But if you ask him about it today, it's different. Like, you know, this is something that, you know, his battle rap is like 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But this was early on. Today, he would recognize that probably wasn't the right mindset. But his daughter was younger, and he would say, like, he never wanted her to ever see this on TV and him not defend her. Is how he took it. But as she got older, she, you know, basically told him, like, that shit don't bother me. And so then he was.
But I'm also sure that she felt proud, like them.
Yeah, of course.
He did that for me.
I'm just saying, but there's a line to this stuff. Is the only point that I'm trying to make. Obviously, I have mine, right? Like you can't go in on my kids. You can't go in on, you know, my woman. You can't go in on my parents. You know, without there being some sort of consequences. It's just, I guess I'm trying to understand the mentality of someone who would take that so far.
I've always had a really short fuse because I've always been tested. Like I always felt like I couldn't give people much opportunity to fuck with me because everybody fucks with you.
I felt that it's your upbringing. It's definitely your upbringing.
Listen, oh God, the moral of the story is don't fuck with my mom. You'll be
yeah, because Dame will put out his dad bod and and make them take that L.
I can't. Well, I guess with that being said, unfortunately, we have our double standards. It is what it is. But
that is true. We all have our double standards and our lines.
I'm a daddy's girl. Without the spoiledness, just because I had a better relationship with him.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You said that yours kind of swapped out. I feel that now. Like I'm more closer to my mom. I talk more to my mom than I do my dad, and maybe because I didn't have that growing up with her, because I was more close to my dad. But or it's because I'm a mom now and I relate more to her. I don't know.
My dad passed away. My mom is still with us, and there's so much lost time and opportunity. So when I think about my dad, it's different because all these years as an adult, I've spent a lot of it around my mom. I didn't with my dad. So as I got older and he got older when he was getting sick, it felt like we were reconnecting, and it just wasn't enough time. So yeah, the roles swapped a little bit, not too much, because again, my dad was always one of these men, just these Puerto Rican men. My father worked so hard, and I mean, he did it at home. He did it, you know, out there. He'd have 2-3 jobs. He'd come home. He'd make dinner. Like my father was just a machine when it came to that. And but I never felt like I had that one-on-one with him the way you know I needed. He was a great provider, but you know, so it's weird. Those dynamics are really weird because I think even we all operate in phases. Sometimes we're closer to one or the other depending on, you know, what we need.
It reminds me of a scene to a movie, and I wish I could remember the name of the movie, but it was with Denzel Washington. And you basically painted the scene where, you know, he was a provider, but the son didn't feel like he had that connection with him.
Fences?
I don't know the name of it.
This was Viola Davis, where they had that big, like, blow up argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Fences.
And the son was like questioning if he loved him. And he was like, don't you have a roof over your head? Don't you eat every day?
Yeah, it was Fences. Yeah. Yeah.
That's love language too. That's a whole different topic.
I did not mean for this to turn into a therapy session. Let's get back to talking about Damien and his big dick Mike. Like,
yo. I guess with that being said, we can call it a night. Poor Damien. He's had enough of his big Mike.
Oh, it's so much better when you do it, Ignis, than it is me. Yeah. You know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, Agnes. We have a friend, Patricia. She is gonna be all over him the next few days when she hears this shit. It's gonna be freaking even. This doesn't end here. So
Patricia, put it all in the comments so that I can get my laugh in too. Please put it all in the comments. At least you didn't use moist a lot this time.
She had to bring it up too. Now
my bad.
It's like you like the battery and you just put it in his back. And
wait, that's what happens to me?
Yeah.
Do that again?
No. I wish I could take that back. As I'm doing it, I'm like, yo, this has to.
Yo, what are you doing?
All right, it's been real.
It's been real.
For another one in the books.
Guys, thank you so much for if you've made it this far, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the algorithm. It helps us out. We're not making any money off of this. We're doing this out of pure love. We want to make money out of this, but for the meantime, just thank you so much. Like, it really means a lot. And yeah, tune in next week.